I swear this entire video is not a slideshow, but this is me. And I've been using Linux for about a month. I've been using Pop! OS, but it's not good at gaming. So I'm going to show you how to run Windows games on Linux. And, I figured it out. I think I've cracked the code using Wine and ProtonDB. First thing we're going to do is we're going to install Wine. And this part is for local files games, but, what? We're going to click download, and then we're going to select our Linux distribution. I'm using Ubuntu. You can use Debian and Fedora. But pretty much the first step, which is copy a command from the website, should be the same. So obviously I'm using Ubuntu Pop! OS, but I'm using Ubuntu 22.04. So I'm going to copy this command. Oops. Give me the command. Thank you. I'm going to paste it in. Boom. We're done. I'm joking. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sudo apt install, and we're gonna put in Wine. Alright. And the next command we're gonna do is a little tricky. We're gonna put in sudo apt install Wine, either 32 or 64. By the way, these two commands you need to do on both Fedora and Debian. If you have a 64-bit computer, you do 32 and 64. But if you just have a 32-bit computer, you do 32. So I'm going to do 32 first, and then 64. Boom! We're done. Now we're going to clear the terminal, and as you can see, we are in our home folder. That's what I want. We're going to create a new directory. You can name it either games, or gamer, or gaming. I'm going to name it gaming. And now I'm going to cd into gaming. And, of course, we need a game, right? So I have prepared myself with Carlson. So let's download it. And I know there's a Linux version, but it doesn't work. Let's show in folder. Let's let it install. Please install. Thank you. We're going to cut it, and we're going to move it into our gaming folder. We're just going to paste it, and then we're going to extract. Okay. Now that we have extracted, we're not going to do anything with it. I know, kind of a letdown. But we're going to actually configure Wine to make sure it works well. See, usually these two are the only ones that are supposed to be turned on when you first install Wine, but we actually need all four of them. And if you have a 4K monitor, you can do 1080p. If you have a 1080p monitor, you can do 720p or 900p. If you have a 2K monitor, you're still going to do 1080p. It's a whole thing. If you have a 720p monitor, 480, 144, you get the point. I don't think anyone has a 480 monitor, though. If you do, I think it's time to upgrade it. If you may want to install something like a Wine ASIO if you're doing stuff like Ableton, but right now we're focusing on gaming. And now that we have configured Wine, we are now actually going to do stuff with the game. We're going to cd into our gaming folder, and we're going to cd into the extracted folder, and then we're going to ls to find the exe. Once you copy the exe, oopsies, copy the exe, we're going to put in Wine, and then we're going to paste the exe name, or we can just put Carlson or Carlson.exe, whatever you choose. And, it crashed. Alright, since Carlson didn't work, I am going to be using Baldi for this. ls, and I gotta extract it, of course. Oh, it's already extracted. Alright, we're going to cd into Baldi. We're going to find the exe. Paste it. And yippee!
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me.
And it's a Windows game.
Oh.
And this can work with any application you have the exe for, whatever. Now, the next way we're going to do stuff, and by the way, you don't have to use Wine in command console, whatever it's called. You can also use Play on Linux. You can also use Bottles. Both of them have a perfect GUI, and, they're pretty easy to set up. I just like using the terminal. Anyways, next, Jesus, I forgot to add that in. The next thing we're going to use is Proton. What we're going to do is we're going to open up Steam. If you don't have Steam installed, just go into your shop and install it. And we're going to install, and we're going to go into the Steam settings. and we are going to go into compatibility, and usually this will be turned off, but if we turn it on, we are able to select Proton, which is basically, hey, you can run Windows games. Cool. I'm going to select Proton Experimental, because whatever, and now we're going to restart Steam. Anyways, now we have Proton installed. What we're going to do is we're going to install a, just a normal Windows game. Oh wait, you're not able to do that on Linux. That's the power of Proton. Okay, now that we have a game with Proton, we can just click play. Boom. How cool is that? But here's the thing. Let's say you install an old version of a game using the Steam console. Like, open up the console by going to Steam, and Steam //open/console. Copying this command from the description or Reddit, pasting it in here, and going on to SteamDB, and then finding the game you want, and then just like clicking enter and letting it download. Okay, now that's done. And I say, after I rudely interrupt myself, you XDG open your .local file while you're still in your user folder in the terminal. It's a whole thing. Then you find the depot, and then you put it in your games folder, and then you add it as a non-Steam game on Steam. I messed up the VO, whatever. You have to follow this very carefully. Go into your properties, change it to the name of the game, Chaos, and you can put like a V1 if you want the version. Put in a random screenshot. Yeah. Compatibility and then force use, and then Proton, and then you can just play it. Now you can play it without any problems. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty much how you play every game on Linux. How cool is that? Yeah, I'm done with this video. I'm going to sleep.